Getting a train ran on me has honestly lost its appeal. Like, I used to love getting blown out by an entire friend group, but as of lately, I've been more into one-on-one quality time. I feel like when there's too many people, you lose out on the passionate part, and that's honestly my favorite, you know?
I need to ask a serious question. Do you even feel anything anymore? You've been ran through so much. The real question is, can you even feel anything anymore? But nonetheless, guys, before we continue, please hit that like button so I can take this shot of whiskey. Hit that like button. Appreciate you. Now, let's get on to the next part of this video.
Did I or did I not tell y'all that a woman with tight cooch comes with side effects? So check this out, right? This chick gave me the coochie. Me being overly excited, you know what I'm saying, and not being able to handle it, being a P that I am, I couldn't handle it. The next day, I went to pay her rent up for the rest of the year. She went and told her girl about it, and I did the same thing for the girl, you know what I'm saying? I repeated the cycle, you know what I'm saying? So, my buddy, my girl, she gonna call me and ask what type of coochie that these chicks got that got me paying rent for a year. You know what I'm saying? I told them they got a bomb. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. They got a bomb. But I also told her that, you know what I'm saying, which was the most important part of this situation, that this was Section 8 coochie. You know what I'm saying? The rent wasn't under $12 a month, so I paid it up for the year. I wanted to make sure that I was able to get the coochie again.
Men, do y'all honestly think that women that don't have enough going for them give you the best box? Do they give you the best everything, right? Do they give you all they can offer? Because they ain't really got much to offer. Like, they don't have it like that, right? Women always say broke boys give them the best stroke. So I just need to know, women that don't have a lot going on, do they put it on you really good? Like, do you think that's something? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
I can't be a side B, because I don't know how to play the position. As soon as I get in my feelings, or if I give you something, you belong to me. That's how I feel. Like, I was with this dude, and he told me, he was like, I got a girlfriend. He was like, but I don't really want to be with her or whatever, but I just want something on the side. He kept it real. And I was like, okay. I said, I still could be with you. I'm thinking in my head, I ain't gonna catch no feelings for him. I'll just be his little boo. Yo, the minute the boy told me he loved me, the minute the boy kissed me, like, all my common sense went out the window. When I tell y'all, we was friends on Facebook, I used to comment underneath the boy pictures. Hearts. The boy used to have to delete my comments. It got to the point where he had to lie and say who he was with. He couldn't even tell me he was with his girlfriend, like, because I block him, like, really block him. And then it got to the point where I used to be in my feelings so hard, like, we had it set up to where he used to say, don't call me after 9 or whatever, because we're going to be in the bed and I won't get caught or whatever. 9:20, 9:30, that's what I was doing, y'all, ringing that motherfucking phone. He'll answer that. I said, I'm calling to tell you I love you. And he wouldn't say nothing, y'all. When I tell y'all, I will block him, and he have to come in from private. He be like, why are you doing that? I said, because I called to tell you I love you, and you ain't say nothing. But he said, but you know I'm laying in the bed. I said, laying in the bed with who? He said, man. I said, laying in the bed with who? And I said, I dare you say your girlfriend. I dare you. Like, you got that serious. Like, I can't be a side piece, because I don't know how to play the position, y'all. And once I get in my feelings, I lose all my common sense, and I'm not gonna listen. Like,
one of the dangers I assume for having a sneaky link would be that sneaky link catching feelings for you. Obviously, we talked about this prior to, in one of the other videos, but in her situation, she caught feelings. You was doing everything right for her. You was being that listening ear. You was putting it on her, right? And then all of a sudden, these emotions started getting attached, and she wanted you more and more and more. So instead of wanting you romantically, she wanted you emotionally now. She wants you all the time, and that's the dangerous game that you played for having a side chick. But nonetheless, guys, y'all just be careful when y'all out in these streets.
That shit, let her listen to that shit. I let her sleep outside. Man, it's like 6 a.m. I'm waking her ass up. Wake up. Come inside. Fucking talking to a on the fucking phone. In my fucking house. Crazy. Come inside, wake up. Fucking type the nigga on the phone. Crazy ass. Tripping, nigga.
Man, I'm a little bit at a loss for words, to be honest, but she had to do something terribly bad to be putting on. You just got put out on the patio. You got water thrown on you and everything. He kicking you out the house at 6 a.m. and you just sitting there allowing this. Like, you must have did something crazy, have no place to go, ruin the good thing that you did have going on by cheating with another man. Yeah, I think you played yourself on this one. Yeah, you definitely did. You caused your own downfall. That's what you did.
If a man gave you $300, but you won $300,000 at the casino, how much would you split with him?
How much would I split with him?
Yeah.
If
So
he gave it to me?
He gave you $300 to go to the casino, but you won $300,000. How much would you split with him?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The nigga I would be with would let me keep all the money.
All of it? So you want to go 50-50?
I don't know who started this epidemic.
He would let me keep all that. He would have money like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Never in my right mind of mind, I've never met nobody that said they would win $300,000 off of $300 I gave him. If he had it like that, why wouldn't he not have gave you $30,000, three bands to go bet with? He gave you $300 to bet with, all right? Not $300,000. You ain't gonna get that man nothing. You ain't gonna get that man nothing.
You could meet a man today and give him your number. He'll text you tomorrow and say, good morning. You say, good morning. He'll say, you a freak.
Look, that's straight to the point of action. He letting you know what time it is. He don't want to date you. He don't want to go on dates with you. He ain't trying to spend money. He's trying to see where you at. He trying to see how you can get in there, how you can slide in that thing. All right, he trying to have access to that water park. He just want a one-day pass. All right, he ain't trying to stay all season long. That's not how this works. So he's just gonna let it be known up front. Wouldn't you want a guy to be totally upfront with his intentions anyway? I'm pretty sure a lot of women would. I mean, in her case, she was just annoyed by the question, but his chances is I'm gonna take so many shots. I gotta make one eventually, right?
Oh yeah, they may cancel me for this, but I remember I was talking to this boy and he had a little un poquito, and I remember he had sometimes when I okay, hold on, let me get it out. Hold on, y'all. Wait. He had told me he had lost some weight and his un poquito grew a little bit. And I think the fucked up part about it was I was so in love. I'm like, yeah, babe, it did. It did it.
Well, guys, I wish you would think that you can lose weight and grow in certain areas, but the fact is you can't do that, all right? You are just, you got to deal with what God has given you in a lot of ways. But I would assume that if you're a big guy and you got your own tools, right? If you lose a whole bunch of weight, the appearance might be different. You get what I'm saying? So in this man's mind, his appearance, he lost some weight and he just think like, man, look, I'm feeling good right now. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling good about losing weight, feeling confidence, man. You feel like you done slimmed down and grew in some other areas, but she know what the real deal is, bro. You only touching the same spot inside the walls, bro. You ain't touching them other spots, my God. I hate to tell you, dog. But yeah, bro, don't even go out there thinking about losing about 40, 50 pounds and you think you about to grow some inches. Nah, that is a myth, my guy. That is a myth. It is not true. I'm sorry, man. But yeah, next.
Y'all know something? Why don't men get with other men, be roommates, and build a business with them? Why do you just have to be the one to build with them? That's all I'm saying. Why don't men get together and build with other men and start businesses with other men? That is definitely a thing. It's not hard. Oh, it takes time. But that's a thought of mine. Why don't men do that? Why don't they get together and say, hey, let's do this, bro. Let's live together for 5 years. We're going to split the bills. We're going to build each other up. And then we're going to get established and be able to provide for a family. Food for thought.
Men have already been doing this. What are you talking about? They tag team with their best buds. They create little LLCs all the time, man. You see them going in business, cutting grass together, painting houses, pressure wash. They do all this stuff together, man. And meanwhile, you try to grow a business with your girlfriend, you can't. Because why? Y'all split up and there goes the business. That's exactly what happens. Why? And I just don't understand why she didn't see that. A lot of men just do this on a normal basis. You know what I'm saying? But it's just indifferent when you get together with your man and he's trying to do something and grow together, or maybe even with your husband, man. Dual income is way more powerful than singular income. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I strongly believe dual income is better than singular income.
This right here is the cutest thing.
Y'all gotta check this out, man.
Now, Juju's 18, Dana's 24. It's when she like does the cute little like touch of the ear thing and smiles, and then wait for it later. It's like his mom came out and
My face.
Mama, I realized that you have hands like Juju.
Man, damn, Jaden Daniels. Mom came in there and she know what's up. You gotta give mom's props. She's keeping your head in the game, my guy. All right, I can't even be mad. She looked at the camera and she already knew what was going on. Sometimes you need a mom like that in your life. All right, guys, what do you guys think about this thing? Oh, man, bro, is that too much? Is that just too big? Is it too big that it's nasty? You get what I'm saying? You can get lost in that thing. You pretty much become a G-string when you're in between them things, bro. Like, I just, I just don't see how, you can properly get in, handle that. That is that's just something out this world. From one angle, it just looks like the ice cream scoop falling off the cone a little bit. That's what my boy told me when he said that. But nonetheless, guys, what do y'all guys think? Is this too big? Is this too nasty, bro? Is this the right size? What is going on? I need your honest opinions, guys, because in this clip, the comments, hundreds of comments. You got heart eyes, you got smiley faces. You're like, man, I'll get behind that any day. And then you have a few guys that be like, y'all, like this, y'all can't be real. This nasty, right? You can only imagine the smells, right? Or you can only imagine the hygiene. And I'm not taking shots at this lady. I'm just saying, I can only imagine, all right? If you had to, like, what's the deal here? And I know toilet gotta be scared to see her come through. Them toilets gotta be scared. She gotta be demolishing toilets right now. Absolutely crushing toilet seats right now. You can't tell me she ain't doing that.
I told this boy, like, I got a boyfriend, but I want to mess with you too. He gonna start acting Hollywood and bougie, like he can't be shared. Like, stop. I'm not the only one. Like, stop being selfish. I want you, you want me, I want all y'all.
Hey, look, bro, look, there's really some guys out there that don't want to share that the woman they intimate with, right? They want a singular, exclusive sort of relationship. They playing it safe, bro. They're not trying to catch anything. They're not trying to do anything stupid, man. They just really just take care. They're a little bit selfish, and selfish in a good way, though, right? Like, man, why would you be mad at this man want to not share you? Like, how does that make sense? How does that benefit him? You get what I'm saying? Like, in the long run, that's what he's thinking. Like, what good is gonna come out of this for me? You get what I'm saying? I might, you're gonna get me in trouble. Your old man's gonna want to fight me. He might want to even do more than that, right? I can lose like life. I can lose my life. I can lose what I'm doing. All right, all the traction I got in my career because of just one loose thread like this. You get what I'm saying? So some dudes just play it safe. Don't even want to be bothered with like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was dating this guy. We talked for a year. We made it official after a year, and we were officially together for 6 months. I had my own house. I have 3 kids. I'm 33. He's 40. No kids. 1 car. No house. 1 job. No excuses, right? Okay. So I thought I just had to make sure I wasn't tripping. But to top it off, my rent is $2,000 a month for a 3-bedroom house. He contributed $500 a month. So he got mad because I wouldn't let him I wouldn't do any accommodations for his lifestyle. You're not paying enough to accommodate a big ass thing for me and mine. So unless you meet me halfway or do the whole thing, keep your comments to yourself, fall in line, and abide by my rules. And if you can't abide by my rules and respect my household, you got to get the fuck out. And as soon as I said that nigga started packing his shit. He said, you know what? I don't think we need to be in a relationship because I'm not where I want to be in life. He said, because I used to be that. He said, I come from a 2-parent household. You come from a single-parent household. That's why you're in the situation you in right now. I said, what? Successful? A manager? Good money? Yeah, I'm a single mom, 3 kids, well taken care of. Ain't nobody hurting for a motherfucking thing. But I'm not successful in life because I was raised by a single parent. But yet you come from a 2-parent household and you're 40 years old, no kids, ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You wasted my time.
Look, no matter what, y'all just didn't work out. But here's my thoughts. When you actually tell someone this is a relationship and here's my rules and you gotta abide by my rules, when you use that terminology, that certain vocabulary bank, right, you're gonna trigger something in somebody, right? If I was dating a girl and the girl told me, look, these are my rules, these are my guidelines, and you gotta obey these rules or you can get up out of here. If I was met with that sort of verbiage, I would have been gone already. You would have had me these are my rules, but I would have been out the door. You would have heard the door close. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, like, he's an older guy. He has his life together. He doesn't want to be, I guess you can say, constricted to a certain set of laws. Like, when you, and then guys like that, when you just used to being by yourself, used to moving how you want to move and doing things that you want to do at your own time, it's different, right? When you try to get into a relationship where you got to have some sort of boundaries. I'm gonna say boundaries versus rules. You get what I'm saying? You gotta have some boundaries in relationships, but nonetheless, yeah, he gone. Y'all just don't waste each other's time. Y'all good, all right? But I appreciate you guys watching. Please hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.